Today we're going to look at distributive justice, and basically we're going to look at Karl Marx's theory first, and which he believed in that whatever your ability is, and whatever you are good at should be your job. So if you're good at being a doctor, be a doctor, and if you're good at being a garbage man, be a garbage man. And basically, he said whatever you do it well, and do it to your fullest, and do it hard, and everything that you make from that job goes into the commonwealth. And basically that means you're allowed to take whatever you need from it. So, need from it for you and your family. But what does this have to do with positive and negative rights? So we're just going to look at the fact that negative rights is what you are not ought to be done to you, and positive rights is something that is given to you. So Marxism, basically, the flaw in this is that it requires too much from someone. It requires you to support weaker people. So why should a doctor make so much money and be a doctor just to support other people's family, and not his own? So it requires too much from others and that are weaker than you. So you are asking too much of someone and asking people to work hard for someone else. So that's the same thing as positive rights. You have to work hard and pay taxes to support the weaker people who who do not have a job. And positive needs are endless. And the fact that they might be different from one person to another. So one person may think that basic needs are basic needs, and another person may think that, well, if I take a little extra for the hockey game on Saturday, you know what I mean? So it's a little flawed, that theory. So now we're going to look into Rawls. His is the justice of fairness. So he said, basically, that let's play a game and pretend that everybody is behind a veil of ignorance, meaning that you don't know who you are when you put this veil on. You don't know who you are. Nobody knows who they are, and nobody knows who they are going to be when they come out of it. So this is him to make fair justice. He wants everybody to come up with a set of rules under this veil of ignorance, and then it has to be fair for everybody because you can't be biased onto your one side, because you could turn out to be a African American woman in the Bronx with 8 kids, or you could turn out to be a wealthy lawyer in New York City. You have no idea what you could be. So he wants just background enforcement as in laws. So there's 2 rules to this theory, and the first rule is that equal liberty for all, and that's basically what you're trying to do. And then the second rule is, well, we have some inequalities. It has to be beneficial for everyone. So basically what it's saying is, if there's an inequality that everyone has to pay taxes to support the weaker ones, if that's an inequality, but if it works for everybody, you should do it. So healthcare is an inequality because you're paying for something that you might not need. And someone may take advantage of it and just go to the doctor every single day and take advantage of the healthcare system that we have. But even though it's inequality, it works for everybody because everybody has the option to go for healthcare if you need it, right? So, basically, this theory is what we live in. It's the dominant theory of today's society, is what my teacher said. And a flaw to this, what people, the feminists and communists think, is that Rawls looks at people as atoms, individuals as atoms. But there's much more into it. You can't just come out and be this person or come out and be this person. There's lives behind it and individuality, and it's a web of relationships. But we'll look into that later because we didn't really touch on that a lot. So he was just saying that feminists and communists disagree with Rawls' theory. And yeah, so that's it. Okay, I gotta go because my alarm is going off, and I will see you later. Bye! Oh, and I forgot to say that the last thing we talked about was equality. And basically that means that it requires it's not the sameness. So it's not treating someone the same as another person. It requires the same respects and opportunities. So you have somebody, for example, in a wheelchair. They need the same opportunities as people who can walk. So you need to put in ramps, even though they cost $1 million to put in. You have to put in ramps everywhere in every building because they require the same opportunities and the same respect as people that can walk. So just add that in. Okay, later.